Wow. So the Fever had the Storm in absolute shambles. Caitlin Clark motioning to the home crowd. You can see Skylar Diggins Smith speed up a little bit and give her a little bit of a bump there on the way to the sideline. No big deal, but clearly, felt a type of way. Felt a type of way. There's a few other angles of that available, of course, because most people who saw it wanted to capture it. This was another look at Skylar and what happened on that play with her and Caitlin Clark. A little bit of a detour, a little bit of a. Would you like to add a new stop or add this to the route? I guess she chose the latter on on her way to the sideline, and Caitlin Clark was not to be silenced either. She was not going to stop trying to fire people up or talking her smack or any of those things. As you can see here on this video film from the Jumbotron. Keep talking. Let's go. Keep it up. What do that's that competitive spirit and competitive fire, of course, from Caitlin Clark. And we saw, that wasn't the only example of the Storm being bent out of shape. Here was Jewel Lloyd in the post game when asked about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about our rookies. Nika's been great. She's been awesome, putting her work in. I think our Jordan has been phenomenal too. Her second year of her growth. Our focus is our team on and what we need to do as a community to be better. So I feel like what this group has in a locker room has made us better, and that's the biggest importance for us is focusing on our personnel and what we need to do to get things going.
So that was actually not a bad answer, and you get why she would change the subject and divert it to her team. Nothing really wrong with it, but it's also clear why someone in the post game would ask her about Caitlin Clark, given Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in the sport, and given how well Caitlin Clark and the Fever have played coming out of this break. Now there was also the issue between Christy Sides and Noel Quinn of the Storm, the coach of the Storm. Noel Quinn. You saw this interaction on the sideline here. That was Diggins Smith there with Quinn. Apparently, they were mad at Christy Sides for keeping her personnel in the game there. I'm not sure. I think they were just upset they lost the game more than anything else. But Quinn also talked about that moment after the game. Lots of talk, a lot around this game. Quinn after the game had this to say about her exchange with Christy Sides.
I respect Christy. It's been in this league for a long time, played for her in Russia. We're just having a spirited conversation about gamesmanship. That's it.
Gamesmanship. So essentially, yes, was Christy Sides breaking the code, if you will, by keeping her players in the game while they were in the game after the Fever had already pulled away in the game. Speaking of code and respect for the game, Caitlin Clark also received a technical in this one. The technical took place on this play right here, where Clark is upset at herself and hits the stanchion there. She gets a technical quickly from the ref. You can see her what's going on here? Why did I get that technical foul, Mr. Official? Mr. Official ref with a whistle. Why did I get the technical foul? Well, Clark also explained that in the post game and talked about what the official said to her. She even thanked the ref for giving her said technical foul.
Well, I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the three and then I went and hit the backboard. And he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So I don't know. It reminded me of the technical that I got in college where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration. Had nothing to do with my team, had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with other team. It was just because I'm a competitor and I felt like I should have been making more shots. So, but I think he fired me up to continue to play a lot harder. I thought we got a lot better after he did that. So I want to thank him for that. But overall, I thought once we got to that media timeout around 5 minutes in the third quarter, I thought we all kind of just took a breath. It was a little chaos there for 2.5 minutes, and I think I could have done a better job of kind of regaining my cool, but that's like the fire of passion that just gets me going. It's just finding a way to channel that and use that, and I thought I did a really good job of that at the end of the third and the fourth quarter.
That's that competitive nature from Caitlin Clark. You know, that's that Michael Jordan kind of thing, chip on the shoulder kind of thing. I'm going to use this. It's going to piss me off. I'm going to use it as fuel. I'm going to use it as fuel. I'm going to take this and take it up another notch, take it up another level, you know, and dominate y'all. You know, remember when Caitlin said being snubbed, or according to Christy Sides, Caitlin said being snubbed from the Olympic team woke up the monster? Well, the monster is awake, and the monster is feasting right now. Caitlin Clark looks monstrous. The Fever look monstrous, as I mentioned in the other video. They're getting shooting like that from Lexi Hull. Look out. Look out for what they're going to be able to do. And unlike the Storm, the Fever, we're in a good mood, right? Like they were not upset. They were in a good mood after the game, down to Aaliyah Boston's famous bow, bow, bow. Here you. Oh, she just did. Yeah, there it is. There's the bow, bow, bow from AB, who is, by the way, you know, another brilliant passer on the team right now. The two-person game with Clark and Boston works so well because they both read the game so well. They're both seeing what's taking place and what's transpiring out there and making reads in real time. So you don't have to have a play, right? Like the play is Aaliyah, go screen for Caitlin. Caitlin and Aaliyah figure it out. And you're seeing Boston starting to pass like Caitlin, the big version, you know, and make the reads like that. And then you got Kelsey Mitchell as the sort of, you know, wild card, I guess you would say, who can create in a myriad of ways. And if you got those three going and you're getting defense and shooting from that wing spot, I mean, they're, you know, again, maybe when Caitlin sits down, they could be a little bit better. They could still improve on defense a little bit, but they're getting better on that regard. And I think that's why you saw the Storm in shambles and so frustrated, because that bow, bow, bow is coming. You know, it's coming from Aaliyah Boston, and it's coming for the rest of the league. The referees probably just don't want to call any more technical fouls on Caitlin Clark, not only to keep her from getting a suspension when she gets to that mark, but, you know, to keep her from getting motivated, because the Fever and Clark are a handful enough for any WNBA team.